Women's healthcare advocates in Gwinnett County now speaking out against a provider that wants taxpayer dollars. They say the Georgia Wellness Group is a religious-based clinic that offers faith-based approaches to medicine. The clinic says they cater to people who want that, but they're upfront about it. Political reporter Doug Reardon is live in Gwinnett County tonight after speaking to both sides. Doug?
Yeah, good evening. And inside this building in Lawrenceville earlier, Gwinnett County leaders debated whether to give that group, the Georgia Wellness Group, $500,000 just about in taxpayer funds.
I'm here to voice opposition to the funding of the Georgia Wellness Group. Also,
a heated debate in Gwinnett County Wednesday over a $500,000 grant that could go to the Georgia Wellness Group. The group offers faith-based healthcare options for patients, and advocates accuse them of using deceptive tactics to steer pregnant women away from abortion and contraceptives.
It is intentional. It is a part of the manipulation to hide their real motive.
Allison Glass is with Amplify Georgia Collaborative, a reproductive rights group that spoke out against allocating the funding that's been passed down by the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
This is funding that should be going towards real healthcare, real housing solutions, and putting it towards an organization that uses deception, delay tactics, and disinformation is really a big disservice.
Georgia Wellness Group CEO Robin Mock said that couldn't be farther from the truth. She told me in an email the GWG offers pregnancy and STI testing, GYN care, prenatal care, and post-pregnancy care, and are always upfront about their faith-based options. Our approach in the exam room is grounded in evidence-based medical care, and we focus solely on clinical best practices unless a patient expressly invites a discussion about faith, she said. Mock went on to say, but faith is never a requirement or barrier to receiving care or accessing our services. In Wednesday's presentation, Georgia Wellness Group said they plan to use $400,000 taxpayer dollars to construct a new maternity home, $30,000 to expand maternal health care programs, and $20,000 for new pediatric care programs. And today was just to hear public comment on the allocation of this grant funding. There will be a final decision made when the Gwinnett County Commission meets on August 5th. We're in Lawrenceville. Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.